Welcome back to Days of... Today we will learn about the explosive romantic developments surrounding E.J. DiMera and his shocking new love interest, the fierce and cunning Gwen Rizzick. Prepare yourselves for the most scandalous romance revelation that's about to rock Salem to its very core. The devastating courtroom catastrophe that changed everything. The Salem courtroom has witnessed many dramatic moments, but nothing could have prepared fans for the absolute bombshell that E.J. DiMera dropped when he ruthlessly betrayed Belle Black in front of the entire legal system. What legal system? What started as a steamy secret romance between Salem's district attorney and the most notorious defense lawyer in town exploded into the most humiliating public spectacle anyone could imagine. E.J.'s calculated courtroom maneuver wasn't just a legal strategy. It was a character-defining moment that revealed the true depths of his DiMera darkness. When he forced his own son Johnny to confess on the witness stand that Aunt Belle was his dad's girlfriend, the shockwaves rippled through every corner of the courtroom. The judge, jury, and Belle herself were left speechless as E.J.'s manipulative genius played out in real time. The aftermath was swift and brutal. Belle didn't just break up with E.J. She declared him dead to her, and meant every devastating word. Their passionate love affair, which had included sizzling encounters at the Salem in just hours before the courtroom betrayal, was obliterated in an instant. Belle's career as district attorney hung in the balance, and the humiliation of having her secret romance exposed in such a calculated manner left her reeling. Enter Gwen Rizzick. The perfect match for E.J.'s broken heart, but here's where the story takes its most intriguing turn. Gwen Rizzick emerges as the absolutely perfect romantic candidate to heal E.J.'s wounded pride and satisfy his need for passionate companionship. The timing couldn't be more perfect, as Gwen was literally the first woman to approach E.J. with romantic interest immediately after Belle's devastating rejection. Gwen's attraction to E.J. isn't just physical, it's psychological warfare at its finest. Both characters share an undeniable ruthlessness that makes them incredibly compatible. Their British accents create an instant connection that goes beyond mere chemistry, suggesting a deeper cultural understanding that could blossom into something extraordinary. Most importantly, they've both experienced the crushing sting of recent romantic rejection, creating a shared emotional foundation that could ignite into the most passionate romance Salem has seen in years. The strategic brilliance of this potential pairing cannot be overstated. Gwen possesses the cunning intelligence to match E.J.'s legal mind, while her own experiences with betrayal make her the ideal confidant for his current emotional state. Unlike Belle, who represented moral conflict for E.J., Gwen embraces the darkness that defines the DiMera legacy, making her a partner who could actually enhance his power rather than diminish it. The Xander situation. Why Gwen is ready to move on. Gwen's romantic history with Xander Cook provides the perfect backdrop for her pivot toward E.J. DiMera. Despite her persistent attempts to rekindle their former passion, Xander has made his preferences crystal clear. His heart belongs entirely to Sarah Horton. Even when Gwen orchestrated potentially intimate moments, including their near encounter at the Salem Inn, Xander consistently chose restraint over rekindling their former flame. The psychological impact of Xander's repeated rejections has left Gwen in a vulnerable state that mirrors E.J.'s own emotional condition perfectly. When she attempted to seduce Xander during his moment of weakness, even when he was intoxicated and emotionally compromised, his decision to slam on the brakes sent a clear message that their romantic chapter was permanently closed. Gwen's recent manipulation of Sarah Horton, where she falsely claimed that she and Xander were getting together, backfired spectacularly when Xander immediately clarified the truth. This public embarrassment has left Gwen in the exact emotional state where she'd be most receptive to E.J.'s sophisticated charm and genuine romantic interest. The strategic alliance. More than just romance, what makes the potential E.J.-Gwen romance so compelling is that it transcends mere physical attraction. It represents a strategic alliance that could reshape Salem's power dynamics entirely. Gwen's return to Salem with significant financial resources, potentially inherited from Dimitri von Leuschner's estate, positions her as more than just a romantic interest for E.J. She could become his most valuable ally in the ongoing DiMera family power struggles. The business implications of their potential partnership are staggering. Gwen's wealth combined with EJ's legal expertise and DiMera connections could create an unstoppable force in Salem's corporate landscape. Their shared understanding of manipulation and strategic thinking suggests they could orchestrate schemes that would make even the most seasoned DiMera patriarchs proud. Furthermore, Gwen's intimate knowledge of the Kyriakis family dynamics, gained through her relationship with Xander, provides EJ with invaluable intelligence for future business conflicts. Her insider perspective on Salem's other prominent families could give the DiMeras unprecedented advantages in their ongoing feuds and takeover attempts. The emotional connection. Why this romance will succeed unlike EJ's relationship with Belle, which was built on forbidden attraction and moral conflict. His potential romance with Gwen offers the promise of genuine compatibility and mutual understanding. Both characters have experienced the pain of public humiliation in their romantic lives. EJ through Belle's courtroom rejection, and Gwen through Xander's consistent dismissal of her advances. Their shared experiences with betrayal create an emotional foundation that could support a genuinely deep connection. EJ's recent realization that his moral compromises cost him Belle's love aligns perfectly with Gwen's own journey of accepting that her past mistakes contributed to losing Xander. This mutual understanding of personal responsibility combined with their natural chemistry suggests a romance that could evolve beyond mere rebound attraction. The psychological compatibility extends to their professional lives as well. Gwen's experience with complex family dynamics through her marriage to Dmitry von Luskner provides her with insights into the DiMera family psychology that could help EJ navigate his own familial relationships more effectively. Her understanding of wealth, power, and the responsibilities that come with both makes her an ideal partner for someone in EJ's position. Salem's reaction. The scandal that will define the season, the Salem community's response to an EJ-Gwen romance promises to deliver the kind of explosive drama that defines the best days of our live storylines. Belle's inevitable discovery of their relationship will create opportunities for confrontations that could reshape multiple character dynamics throughout the show. Xander's reaction to seeing Gwen move on with someone as powerful and charismatic as EJ will force him to confront his own feelings about their past relationship. Sarah Horton's response will reveal whether her confidence in Xander's devotion is as solid as she believes, especially when faced with Gwen's newfound happiness and success. The DiMera family's acceptance of Gwen as EJ's romantic partner will test their traditional boundaries, while potentially strengthening their overall position in Salem's social hierarchy. Her wealth and strategic mind could make her the kind of addition to the family that even the most traditional DiMera patriarchs would have to respect. The future. A power couple in the making as EJ and Gwen's relationship develops. Salem residents should prepare for the emergence of a true power couple whose combined influence could reshape the entire town's dynamic. Their potential for both romantic passion and strategic collaboration represents exactly the kind of multifaceted storyline that keeps Days of Our Lives fans completely captivated. The stage is perfectly set for Gwen Rizzick to become not just EJ DiMera's rebound romance, but his most significant romantic partner in years, a woman who can match his intelligence, share his ambitions, and help him build the kind of legacy that would make his DiMera ancestors proud. Get ready, Salem, because this romance is about to change everything. DOOL's Timeless Storm. The return of Sami Brady and EJ DiMera's tangled heart for longtime fans of Days of Our Lives. There are certain names that stir immediate recognition and strong emotions. One of those names is Sami Brady. Portrayed for decades by the talented Alison Sweeney, Sami has been a cornerstone of the show's most passionate, chaotic, and unforgettable love stories. And at the center of many of those stories stands EJ DiMera, her on-again, off-again partner, rival, and co-conspirator in both romance and mischief. EJ and Sami's history is as complex as Salem itself. The pair share more than just memories. They share children, Johnny and Sydney DiMera, played by Avery and Kate Seeger. Over the years, their love has been fiery, their fights explosive, and their reconciliations equally intense. Even when they have been apart, it's clear they've never stopped living in each other's minds. EJ's own eccentric mother, Susan Banks, once teased her son that Sami still haunted him, a comment that seemed to strike uncomfortably close to the truth. Not long ago, EJ quietly missed Sami's presence when she returned to Salem to mourn the loss of Marlena Evans and to support Johnny during a difficult time. While she came and went without much disruption then, the winds are shifting. Salem may soon find itself bracing for another force of nature, Hurricane Sami. The timing could not be more significant. In November, as Days of Our Lives celebrates its monumental 60th anniversary, Sami is set to return in what promises to be a headline-grabbing storyline. Longtime viewers know this. When Sami Brady walks back into town, nothing stays calm for long. Her history with EJ makes it entirely possible, if not likely, that sparks will reignite. Whether this means a few passionate nights or the start of another long romance, no one can say for certain. But in Salem, history has a way of repeating itself, especially when it comes to love. Sami versus Belle. The quiet war brewing, but Sami's return doesn't just spell potential romance. It sets the stage for another classic DOOL rivalry. Sami versus Belle Black. The sisters have a long and often tense history, and this time, the battlefield is EJ DiMera's heart. Sami has never liked the idea of Belle spending time with EJ, and her feelings haven't softened over the years. With Sami in town, we can expect her to be friendly, with EJ in ways that are both playful and strategic. Sami has always been fiercely competitive, and if she senses Belle growing close to EJ, she won't hesitate to remind both of them of her own history with him. Meanwhile, Belle herself is no stranger to complicated feelings where EJ is concerned. Though their relationship had its rocky moments, Belle was the first to say, "I love you," when they were together. By then, EJ had already fallen for her. They shared not only affection but also a rare, easy chemistry that drew them together despite outside disapproval. Belle's dilemma. Regret, distance, and the pull of the past. The real question for Belle is whether she can truly stay away from EJ. Once the current trial concludes, she may find herself missing him more than she anticipated. Belle knows firsthand the depth of EJ's devotion, especially when it comes to protecting the people he cares about. His tireless efforts to keep Johnny out of prison for a crime he didn't commit spoke volumes about his character. At least, the side of him Belle wants to believe in. Their history also complicates matters. This is not the first time Belle has walked away from EJ. Years ago, when her father, John Black, was badly injured in an explosion, Belle kept EJ at arm's length. Partly it was because her family, particularly John, had deep and justified grievances against EJ, stemming from his past actions towards Sami, John himself, and others. Belle admitted that she feared her father would be disappointed in her for choosing EJ. That hesitation lingered, coloring moments even as significant as John's death and funeral, when EJ couldn't stand beside her. Yet, despite all that, Belle's feelings for EJ have proven difficult to extinguish. And as many Salem love stories have shown, distance often has a way of deepening longing rather than erasing it. EJ's next chapter. Love, loyalty, and temptation for EJ. The future is a delicate balance between the past and the present. Belle may still be the woman he loves, but Sami's return will stir old memories, old feelings, and perhaps old temptations. If Belle holds back or hesitates to rekindle their romance, EJ may not wait in solitude. His charm and influence in Salem have always attracted attention, and it wouldn't be surprising to see another woman, perhaps one entirely unexpected, enter the picture before Belle makes her decision. For longtime viewers, this triangle, EJ, Belle, and Sami, is more than just another love story. It's the continuation of decades of intertwined family history, betrayal, forgiveness, and undeniable passion. In a town where past mistakes are never truly buried and every relationship comes with its own complicated baggage, the stage is set for fireworks. As Days of Our Lives heads toward its 60th anniversary, the question lingers. Will EJ find lasting love with Belle, rekindle the fire with Sami, or surprise everyone by choosing someone new? In Salem, the only certainty is that love never comes without a fight, and EJ DiMera is about to find himself right in the middle of one.